What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So I want to talk about how to protect your loved ones from narc abuse. When a narcissist, when they can't get to you to punish you, to get a reaction, they will do like something that you wouldn't even think. They will go to the person who is closest to you to get that reaction out of you. And they don't have any limits. Like, there's no off limits to the narcissist. They'll hurt someone in order to get to you. Your children, your siblings, close relatives, best friends, your spouse. They'll do anything they can to get a reaction out of you. And I know this for a fact because of some things the narc has told me in the past. And I mentioned this before in an older video. How she says things like they do this word play. And they know who to tell these things to, because they know that the person is either going to agree with them or they're going to act on the suggestion. And what I mean by that is narcissists, they do this thing where they manipulate the whole scenario. I mean, they turn anything into a false reality of their own. If a person has cut them off, they don't know how to take rejection. So the next thing they think of is revenge. I got to punish them. I got to show them that, you don't cut me off, I cut you off. Like, if you get to them before they get to you, you're winning. And they don't know how to accept defeat. And it's not even a game, but to the narcissist, it's all a game. And she said things in the past like, well, somebody need to call and tell her husband that she's cheating on. Or somebody need to call and tell her landlord that she has people staying there and she's not supposed to, in order to get the person, put out of their home. She do these things in order to get a person caught up in a marriage to where, you know where that'll lead to. She do dirty things like this. And it's like, it's none of your business. Like, you didn't even take a L. You just took it personal like that. They take things to heart to the point where it becomes dangerous for those around them. And that's why we have to be careful when we meet people. We have to be very, very careful of the personal information we share with people. Because in the long run, you don't really know them and you don't know how they're going to react to things in the future. Should things go to the left with y'all, they might use that against you, even though they shouldn't even be thinking about it in that way. But we're talking about a narcissist. That's how they think. That's how they operate. And so, yeah, you have to protect our loved ones by keeping our personal information about our loved ones to ourselves. When we meet people, you have to really feel a person out, get to know them for a long period of time, see how they are when things are not going well with y'all. See how they react to situations like that. Because when you don't, you open up the opportunity for them to use certain things against you to hurt you. And they will hurt you by, trying to get to a person who's closest to you. And a narc, she knows that for the most part, I'm unbothered. I'm unbothered by everything she does. When she tried to set up a situation to where I have more work to do, I just make the work look enjoyable. What I don't do is, make her think that she's bothering, make her think that it's too much for me. I don't let her see me sweat, in other words. And I'm not saying that it doesn't affect me in some type of way. I just don't let her know it. And, they don't accept things like that. Well, they may even take that as an injury. They may take that as an insult. And they feel like, well, that means that you just don't care about me. And so they're going to do whatever they can do to try to hurt you. And like I say, those two examples I mentioned earlier about the person and she called on, she really done this before. And it's like when she would mention things like this to me in the past, it would make me cringe because it made me realize that she have a cold heart. but for some reason we remain friends, but not for those reasons. But it's like I would often think about, you know, how angry she would get towards something that shouldn't affect her in that way. So, sadly, it took years down the line for me to really realize who it is that I'm dealing with and just cut her off. And so that's why I have to keep an open mind and just don't put nothing past the narcissist. Because when it comes to them getting revenge, your family are not off limits. She will do things like this. And she has mentioned in the past, to call and tell someone's husband that they are cheating. She called and got a man fired from his job because he left her alone and went back to his wife. She lied and said that the husband, just constantly reassured her that his wife wouldn't harm her. And I'm like, that just don't sound right. And I'm just so thankful for my gift of discernment, because it's like, it just shows me the missing pieces of the puzzle, things that she's not telling the truth. It shows me the truth about the narc. And I believe it, and I know for a fact, what's really going on inside of her mind now. I know what's going on inside of her mind now, which means she was thinking like that back then. Only thing she thought of back then, when she took a loss, is how to get revenge on the person who hurt her. So I know if she reacted that way towards, rejection back then. I mean, she do it now. I know she did it back then with these people. And so now, she also have this way of, they got this funny wordplay thing that they do. And they know who to try to manipulate to do their dirty work for them. So they'll suggest that, this should happen so that a person could face the consequences or face a punishment or some type of penalty. So she know how to use their wordplay with certain individuals who she know will take the bait. Once these people take the bait, they'll act on a suggestion, and that'll result in someone being hurt who stopped dealing with her. I've seen this happen before with people, who when at the time I didn't even know that they may have been a narcissist. I know that she operate this way because I've seen her act this way and operate this way. She's even done this to me. She's used someone to go and try to get me in some type of trouble at work, just bogus, just bogus charges, bogus claims on people to get them in trouble. And I know she's done it in the past. So yeah, that's what I pretty much just wanted to talk about in this video. I didn't want to make a video too long, but we have to protect our loved ones from the narc, because they will, use their abuse tactics to get to us through the people who we love, through the people who we are close to. They will hurt those people. They don't care. They do not care. Their only mission is to get a reaction. And until they get that reaction, they're going to continue to do whatever it is they can to hurt us. So yeah, if y'all, if you're familiar with things like this, dealing with people or narcissists, leave your comments down below on it. Share your experience about it. And as for now, thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.